Love Dr. Fabi here. For over 8 years of my life I've been without a proper brotherhood, and since I didn't want to be alone all the time, I always managed to have women by my side, either for short-term entanglements, long-term relationships, sometimes even multiple women at the same time, and they always know what's going on. And I just figured out I don't want to hold the microphone in my hand all the time, so yeah, that looks great. So I have a question for you. A question. Can you see that? What does a magnet, the yin and yang, and a heart have in common? Ding, 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 ding. You don't know the answer, that's why you're here. I help you. The heart, it needs to pump. I won't do that. It has two pumps, like the pump to press the blood out, and the motion where it like sucks it in, right? The plus and the minus. Talking about the plus and the minus. The plus and the minus is always needed, right? It's attracting. Now we're coming closer. Attraction. Yin and yang, the black and white. Without the black, the white cannot be. My friends, why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this because nowadays, the movement of toxic masculinity and stuff like this, nowadays the words are getting a bit crazy, and I want to assure you, masculinity is needed, as well as femininity. But there is no toxic femininity, we just have toxic masculinity. But I don't want to make it too political. My friends, I figured out something lately, and this is something that happened to me often before, but I never had an eye on it, and it clicked lately. I will just hold the microphone, by the way. And it was me going out with a girl, eating a lot, like multiple times. And it happened with different girls, and they all said the same after some point. They're like, wow, you can eat so much. Like, yeah, that is normal for me because I do some certain some weird diet at the moment. I just barely eat all day long. I have 1 to 2 Muay Thai sessions per day, right? And after those Muay Thai sessions, I have some bananas, a protein shake, some electrolytes, and then I don't eat to not have a crash, so I can have a second Muay Thai session. Do the same after that. Just have bananas and a protein shake, maybe some electrolytes, right? And then, now the magic is coming in. I didn't want to talk about my diet, but it's needed. I just eat in the evening. So, when I'm done with everything, Muay Thai done, work done, I got nothing to do. I go to a restaurant, and maybe I call a girl, let's go have dinner together. And then she looks at me like, you going to eat all of this? And she says, yes, I'm hungry. I didn't eat all day long. And that was the point. It happened with multiple women at the same, like in the same, not restaurant, in the same situation. So they saw me eating all of that, and they were not disgusted. Maybe you thought that because of my gaze, but no, they were like, wow, you can eat all of this? And it was interesting for me. Why do they think that? And why do they think like this? Or sometimes even when I'm like super full, and I'm trying to have my manners all the time, but every once in a while a burp's coming out. She starts to giggle. Like, like, okay, interesting. We learned something here. Plus and minus. When men eat a lot and maybe have a burp and be like, oh, I'm so full, and that's man stuff. That's man behavior. Sometimes men are like this. Or the hardness of the muscle. When I'm with my girls and they like to have their arm around me, or like to feel and to touch me, and like, this is so hard and it's so big. I like it so much. I feel so safe with you. Like those certain things, we don't want them in a woman. I mean, there are women which lift, which is great. Shout out to all the women that lift, right? But you don't need to have those arms. But when they feel it and it's hard, can you make it hard? Or when I do like this and they feel it, there's something with it. Because it's an opposite, and this is why I was talking about this. Women don't need to have hard arms like this. And this is the opposite I was speaking about, right? The hardness of the muscle is something that is more a male attribute. And a more female attribute is like, when it's soft here. Right, you get me? Or when it's soft here. This is like where we are like, yes, I like it. And it's like, when is the... Because when tits are like super hard, it's like weird. Especially those silicone tits. I'm not a fan, but, I don't want to go astray now. So back to topic. And I know I didn't want to make it too political, but there's unfortunately those movements like of the toxic masculinity. This is Western. And since I'm living here in Bangkok, I saw they do it more subtle here. They don't say masculinity is not good. What they do is they have all those Korean male models, you're right? What are they doing? They make advertisement for makeup products, for skincare products. And there are all those gay, thin-looking guys and but man, it's for 100% certain that those guys have a more beautiful skin than I do. I mean, come on, yes, they have. And are those beautiful men? Yes, they are beautiful. They have handsome faces. And I can say this without being gay. I mean, I can appreciate aesthetics. But masculinity is lost. Masculinity is lost in those men. Those thin-looking, a bit slender. Those are not masculine attributes. And this is how they do it here in the Asian countries. They have those male role models, which are basically females in another body. And in the Western world, they say toxic masculinity. If he's too dominant, if he's too assertive, then. But I don't blame the women. I mean, they all get brainwashed. We don't need to shoot at the piano player, but at the piano. But we cannot. And then I would like to ask those women that don't like assertive and dominant and aggressive men, who do you want to fight when your country is in war? If not an aggressive, dominant, assertive man, who do you want to go into the flames if the house is burning? But, I will not, because I don't want to make this video too political. But I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. But, the thing is, those differences, right? And polarities is what attracts us like a magnet. And I eat so much, and I'm like, oh, so full, and a little burp. And she's like, because they don't do that. And it's a bit out of the line when I do this burp. I don't burp all the time. It's very aware because I don't want to be like this, right? But it is what it is. The hardness of the muscle, the toughness. Or back in the days, a woman told me, she said it in German, I'm robust. Robust, is this an English word? Like, she said, back in the days when I was with men, I could easily push them over. But Fabi, if I tried with you, I cannot. I just stood there and she tried. And I was like, okay. Or every once in a while, when I'm in a dinner situation with a woman, and after dinner and after the dessert is done, we have a little talk, we have a little fun, and they try to, I want to do arm wrestle, and I just hold my arm, they try to press and I cannot move it off center, like not a little inch, I even talk like Americans, a little centimeter is what I wanted to say. And they try with both arms, and they try to put their whole body in, they cannot, because I'm a strong masculine man. And this is attractive. My gents, don't let this toxic masculinity movement lead you astray, all right? So what this video, basically, what I want to let you know is find your root core of masculinity again, okay? Don't let anybody lead you astray. Masculinity is good, all right? It's your energy, it's your force. It's you, all right? As a man, it's you. And for me, masculinity means like proper body, some certain stoicism, right? Self-control, emotional control, having drive, building up a proper life. Taking care of the body, taking care of the mind, trying to be the best person, like self-improvement, masculinity for me, it goes hand in hand, and sometimes those are the things that are important for our lives, all right? So the message of this video is don't let anybody tell you masculinity is bad. There's so many female teachers and even male people that try to, put a different agenda on us. That's not good, all right? We are better than that. Be a strong masculine man. I believe in you. And if you got questions about certain types of topics like this, let me know. I got you. See you soon.